Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So in this one, we are continuing our evolving spreadsheet analysis of dividend estimates for YieldMax Group D. So we got a step further today. Let me show you the sheet. Let me go ahead and share that. So we are expecting dividends for the following for Group D: AIYY, AMZY, Aptly, DISO, MSTY, SMCY, WNTR, XYZY, and YQQQ. So I've taken the liberty of including the last dividends that we got from the last payout. Let me title that one Last Payout. Okay, so we got 32.45 cents for AIYY last time. For AMZ, we got 79 cents. We got 65 cents for Aptly. We got 53 cents for DISO. We got a whopping $2.37 for Misty. For SMCY, we got 141. We got an entire dollar or $2.72 for WNTR, which is the inverse Misty fund. And then XYZY, which is the block fund, 41 cents. And then 43.6 cents for the YQQQ, which is the inverse NASDAQ. Now, volatility is a very key component of these dividends. So as we start to estimate these dividends before they're released, I've taken the 30-day implied volatility for all 9 of these funds. So for AIYY, the volatility is 49.6. And that's actually, this is the underlying, this isn't the YieldMax fund. For Amazon stock, the 30-day implied volatility is 33. For Apple, it's 27.7. For DISO, it's much lower, 18.4. For Misty, it's 51. For SMCY, this is the highest one, actually, because SMCI is one of the highest, most volatile stocks in the stock market, as I can attest to. By the way, breaking news, the big, beautiful bill, which includes tax cuts and things like that, just passed. So while I was wrong about my estimate for the mid-year point, meaning June 30th and July 1st being 2 of the best days of the market, I now believe that since the bill passed, I believe the market will be jolted now. So there we go. So things should be looking up. But as an investor in SMCX, personally, I can attest this is a very volatile stock. So 68 is our highest volatility. WNTR 50.8, XYZY 38, and then 17.4 for the YQQQ. So what I can safely predict is that our highest dividend yield of this batch is going to come from SMCY. And I predict it's actually going to be higher than Misty this month. So I predict in order, I predict our highest dividend is going to be SMCY. We're going to be a close tie for Misty and for WNTR. And for AIYY, that's going to probably come in 4th place, I would say. And 5th place is going to come XYZ or XYZY. And then Apple, Amazon, and so on. The dividends for the weeklies, I took these from the same time last month. It was 38 cents for CHPY, 27 cents for GPTY, 75 cents for LFGY, 28 cents for QDTY, 46 cents for RDTY, 27 cents for SDTY, 12 cents for Ulti, 10 cents for YMAX, and 16.8 for YMAG. So these haven't been fluctuating too much from week to week. So I would say they're going to stay kind of in the same ballpark. So welcome, Brian Russell. Yeah, I'm late again, but got distracted by some drama again, unfortunately. But I'm not going to be embracing or prolonging it by discussing it. I've said my piece and I move on. Welcome to Chuck, to Jonathan Kwan. Welcome. Thank you for your well wishes. Okay, so because this is kind of an interactive session here, I'm going to try to come up with an actual estimate here based on what we established yesterday. So the formula for estimated dividends is current yield times the stock price. Now I figured I would just do this live. So the stock price, so I put these together. So I did part of it. I know you guys hammer me for not having my spreadsheets ready during the live stream. So I figured I did half of it, but now I'm going to go in and put in the actual price for like AI. So it's 24.57 currently. That's what we closed at for AI. For Amazon, it is 220. While Amazon's on fire, 46, and that's after the split a few years ago. For Apple is at 207. I think Apple has tremendous upside right now, folks. Disney, let's see, Disney is 123.49, and then MSTR is 373.30. Apologies, we're almost there. SMCI took a hit today, 47.20, and trust me, I felt it in my options positions. Those of you that follow me on options content know how this goes. So MSTY we have twice actually, or MSTR rather, 373.30. This one has upside as well, I believe. I also believe that XYZ has upside as well. All we're missing is the PDQ. Okay, and then let's see, the YQQQ, last but not least, is 14.35. So there we go. We've got all of our underlyings now. So let's see here. So current yield. We're gonna do something different here. We're gonna take this and let's see. This is gonna be stupid, but let's just see what we come up with. I don't know, divided by 12. No, that's too high. Let's do this. Wait a minute. Oh, wow, okay. We want this in units of 100. So I would say it's not going to be $1 for this one. These are way too high. I'm just doing math in my head here. See what these spit out. Nah, there's no way. These are way too high. YQQQ might be right. XYZY is not going to be that high. There's no way these are going to be that high. All right, we'll scrap that. All right, so we're basically going to take current yield. Current yield of the YieldMax fund. Well, okay, so let's do this. So the last percentage yield for these, let's go here. AIYY, let's put this in, was 89.06%. I guess we'll just do the percentage for now. This is kind of a live session here. You know, we're all kind of playing around with this at the same time here. Okay, 66.95% for AMZ. 62.59% for Aptly. For DISO, 53%. For Misty was 125.12%. For SMCY, and we're going to improve this over time, so this may not even be where we end up. I know other channels do this. I'm not trying to compete, just trying to hang in and stay in the same ballpark. That's all. 85.04% for this one. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting somewhere. We're making progress at least. 60.45% for XYZY. And then 34 for YQQQ. Okay. Let's try this here. Current yield. Let's see what this spits out. Autofill. Too high. Still too high. There's no way. Let me see if I divide by 100 first, because this is in terms of percentage. Now this is probably more like it. Okay, this makes a little bit more sense, but let's see, this one, this could be right. I mean, it's lower, but no, this one's going to be higher for sure. This one's not going to be, there's no way this one's going to be this low, or this one. So these are lowball estimates, I would say. All right, let's do this then. Take this, divide by 360. oops, divided by 365. And that's showing 0. And then, let's see here. Okay, so this G313, let's see. No, I'm sorry, this is wrong. Oops. We're taking this one. I'm sorry, folks. This is not equals G31 divided by 365. This would be like daily. And then we're going to times this by 30 days in June. So now that's still too high. Anyway, it's going to be somewhere in this ballpark. I gave you the rankings for them, pretty much where they're going to be. Hold on. All right, we're just gonna go with this for now. These could be way off or they could be right. So let's do this. These are my estimates, and I'll probably do another video before they actually come out. So my actual estimates, I'm almost waiting for one of you to say, you know, they're already out, but that's supposed to not happen until tomorrow. All right, folks, I could be way off. Maybe the magic 8 ball is more correct. I'm saying 15 cents for AIYY. I'm saying $1.01 for AMSI. I'm saying 89 cents for Aptly, 45 cents for DISO, $3.19 for Misty, 32 cents for SMCY, $2.17 for Winter, WNTR, 28 cents for XYZY, and then YQQQ 3 cents, which I think that one will be higher. But anyway, these are my estimates as of this video. I delivered what I promised. Let me know what you think. I'll put them in dollars. I gave you for sure the ranking based on implied volatility, and I gave you my estimates. So let me know what you all think for this. Hey, welcome. Well, it's like a month in arrears, I guess. So anyway, YieldMax share price times implied volatility. Oh, we can easily fix that. All right, let's do this. Okay, so that was number 1. This is fun because we get to, he's giving me the formula. It's like math class again. It's times 13 because I guess there's an extra. So thank you, Mr. Kwan. You're really, really growing on me as a person here. Yeah, who knows? We had a $7 one for PLTY. So, all right. Yeah, it's probably too high. So, all right, let's do this here. The share price times implied volatility divided by 13. All right, so here we go. This times this. That's 30-day implied volatility, though. Is it 30 or is it annual? And then this divided by 13, still too high. That still might be annual. So I'll just divide this one by 12. Still too high. Anyway, I liked what I had before. All right, folks, that's going to do it for today. Oh, the YieldMax share price. I guess I could type that in real quick. All right. That's not too bad. AIYY 435. Let's see what this spits out. 435. Okay, that's more like it. All right, we'll just do this real quick. AMZY is 1636. It's not going to be that high, though. Aptly is 1303. Yeah, these aren't going to be that high for the month. Oh, maybe divide by 13 again. I don't know. Well, we can try. Yeah, these aren't going to be that high, though. Let's see. All right. So we got that. And then DISO is 1486. MSTY is 2089. Yeah, these are too high. Let me just finish and then we'll call it. SMCY is 2069. WNTR is 3707. XYZY is 1023. And then YQQQ, the last but not least, is oh, I already have it there because yeah, there we go. Okay. Anyway, these obviously are not going to be that high, so we'll go back to the drawing board. I just did. I put in YieldMax share price. What am I missing? Are we speaking a different language here or what? IB is a percentage. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't read comments and do this and pay attention to everything else going on at the same time. I'm doing my best here, folks. I guess I'm just not as good as everybody else. Sorry. Percentage. All right, let's try this. Let's see. Well, that makes it even worse. So then I should do it this way. Then I should do the 0.496, 0.33, 0.277, 0.184, 0.508, 0.68, 0.508. Is that looking better? Okay, that still looks low. 0.174. All right. All right, you know what? That's actually not bad. Okay, there we go. Thanks for the, sorry, I snapped. Thanks for these. All right, 17 cents for AIYY, 42 cents for AMZ, 28 cents for Aptly, 21 cents for DISO, 82 cents for Misty, $1.08 for SMCY, $1.45 for WNTR, 30 cents for XYZY, 19 cents for YQQQ. There we go, folks. You happy now? That's more reasonable. Misty under 100. Well, you know, it's going to happen eventually. We have NAV erosion. So 82 cents. I mean, it's, you know, it's, they're not going to be that great forever, folks. Anyway. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, there we go. We got some decent estimates now. So thank you all. Hey, you guys are awesome. Thank you for your support. All right. I'm going to end it there. Thank you all for tuning in. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me read this. This account got my attention. Fluffy Corgi for Misty to pay. Yeah, you're right. All right. Well, we have, it's like man discovering fire. No NAV erosion. Hey, you know what? Pay the Piper actually caught my drift because that's exactly what I was getting at the other day. That was exactly what I was getting at on that video that I did. Some of you think I was bragging, but just so you know, I want to say real quick, those of you that think I was doing that to brag, when I was learning options, when I looked at the boring conceptual stuff and never saw a dollar amount of a trade, it bored me. And guess what? Because I was bored, it took me 5 more years to discover fire, so to speak. So I showed all those trades in that video. And when people see the type of money that can be made, it inspires them to want to do this themselves. Anyway, folks, you got me for overtime. So thank you all for tuning in. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe and join Discord. And we will see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye.